Okay, we have a problem. The floor is starting to pull away from the cabin already. I was walking in today and I just looked down right there and I noticed something. There is space there in between the cabin and the floor, and this was my concern. I used nails to hold it there. I want it nice and tight there. I don't want it moving all over the place. Like, I know it's not going to go anywhere because it's pinned to the ground, but I'm worried that things are going to start to go off now. Like I'm going to start to lose things that are square. So it's the first thing I'm doing. It's this board right here that is pulling away from the cabin. And here's a better view of it. You can see it's pulled away about 1/4 of an inch already. Before I go crazy and start screwing it in, I really want to hammer it in. Nope. No, not happening, man. Especially with my left hand. Try it over here. I mean, I'm really gonna have to suck that in with some screws. It's trying, but it's probably working against all the nails. Oh, yeah. It's gonna have a hard time doing what I want it to do. I don't know what you guys think if it's a big issue. I'm not super concerned with it. The last deck I had was a floating deck, and it was floating on cribs. And I call it a floating deck because it pulled completely away from the wall. I just don't think it's actually going to go anywhere. It doesn't have anywhere to go, right? Because it's planted down. So yeah. I tried. I tried to suck it in. It doesn't want to do it. I did try. I just don't want to put 100 screws in here and it's just going to cause a giant mess and this wood is going to fall apart in the end because I've just got it riddled with holes. I don't want to do that. I know some of you are going to say, Jay, you have to do it. You have to get that square with your wall. But I mean, the deck at my house is floating, right? So I don't know. Under here, I'm actually going to put blocking in through here. I'm calling it blocking, even though I'm not blocking anything. Just like more like, I don't know what you're going to call them, joists that are going to connect here. Just going to nail them in, just to give it a little bit more support to this plywood. And there's just a tiny bit of give, just a little bit. So I've got all these offcuts from the last time I was here building the walls, and these will be perfect just to use to stabilize and make sure the floor feels just a little bit stronger. 13 3/4 inch. Now sometimes I just freehand it, and if I want to be exact, I use the speed square as a guide, and I know I'm dead straight. Oh yeah, that's a good fit. That's perfect. That's perfect. Right there. That's where we're going. Last thing I want to do is get my finger here. Yeah, so I'm holding my hand way back. Yikes. This is sketchy town, guys, because I can't see. Cannot see through this thing here. Last thing I want to do is put a nail through my hand because I can't really see what's going on when I do this. I've been sitting down in this mud right here, and now my butt is really muddy. So don't go thinking I soiled myself. I did not soil myself. I promise you. I just got soil on my pants, that's it. Got it. It's a real guessing game doing that, man. Holy smokes. If I had done this from the beginning, It would have saved me a lot of time, that's for sure. But it's one of those things, it's like classic me. Oh yeah. He's in there good. I think I'm good. Yes. Baby! Oh yeah, there's nothing. Nothing. Strong. 0 worries now. That really makes up for it. It takes about 5 minutes to do each one of those. I got 10 more to go. That's 50 minutes. So I'm not gonna put you guys through that. I'm on this Sapporo Ichiban kick lately. Just the soy sauce flavor, loving it. Peanut butter and jam. It's just so hard to beat it. And I've got like the sugar-free jam on this right now. Sugar-free raspberry jam. So good. Lots of peanut butter. Mmm. Okay, I'm gonna go 7'3". All right, that's clean. Ow. Now, some of you have asked, why didn't I put the window on this side? Well, there's a reason. This is looking out towards the lake, and people want to know, why did I not put the window opening this way? Instead, I have the window opening this way. So, here's the doorway. When you come in through the doorway, the door is going to open like this. You'll hit the window a little bit, but not too much. So this whole side here is essentially me realizing that this wall with no window on it and no door opening towards it in any way will be great for storage. I'll be able to put shelves all up here, right? And load them with whatever I want. I'm going to have hooks here for hanging stuff, maybe even shelves here as well. So this, I think, is maximizing all of the space. And the window is not a big viewing window anyway. It's not like I'm going to be in here viewing things. The window's for light. That's just the best way to put it. Yes. Now, I put that little piece of wood there, as you can see, just for a ledge, right? Just so I could leave this here. Oh man, it's gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I'm really excited about this. Yes, and my measurements are just spot on. You don't want to sit on this thing. Oh man, what is going on here, guys? Okay. Okay, Jay. What are you gonna do here, buddy? Yep. Take down the other side too. Okay, you're getting closer. You just gotta drop, man. That was dramatic. Now, there's a good chance I was off a little bit in building this. Like, I felt really good, all my measurements were right. And I was level, I was square, all that stuff. But that piece of plywood was a real pain sneaking it in there. I didn't enjoy that at all. Anyway, it's in now. It is in now, and I'm gonna leave it as is. And tomorrow we're gonna finish wrapping this thing, and we're going up on the roof. We're gonna try to get that done as much as possible. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the morning. So I slept on this last night, and it's not perfect, it's not right. Now, when I put the walls up for everything else I've built, I've never had this kind of struggle, like not even close. And that's because I've settled, right? There's a few of these walls where I forced the plywood in, really forced it in. So this summer, I decided to help a guy install a door, professional carpenter. And he needed some help, someone to help him install a door. And I said, you know what, I'll help you for free, don't pay me nothing, I want to do it. I want to be a helping hand and see how you take out a door and install a new door. And I learned a few tricks for sure. And I think the most important thing I learned from him was how delicate he is with his DeWalt. He was really thoughtful and delicate with how he was screwing things in and out. And in my early days, when I was using this tool, just an example here, let me get a piece of wood. I would do this. All right, you see? 5 or 6 squeezes, got it in easily. I started seeing in the comments, just go for it, just drive it in, right? So just like, right? So I started doing that. And then it started to get to my head a little bit. And I was thinking, this is how the pros do it. The pros just drive it in, right? They don't go gently. They don't go tit, 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 right? The pros just give her all the time. And they go hard. This guy, when we were working with the door frame and all that sort of stuff, nice and slow in and out, making sure, going gentle. And the opposite of what I've been trying to do, because I want to be good at this stuff, and if the professionals are just driving the stuff in and getting the job done, and I can't see there being a reason why you would do that in certain circumstances, but I don't think it's always, right? I think sometimes you just need to be a little more careful with it, and that's exactly what he was doing. He was so gentle, right? So he would be like, I was like, hey, this guy does this for a living, and he's not being like super aggressive and like showing off and he'd be like, this is how you do it. He was doing it for a reason. He's like, hey, we don't want to like destroy this wood with going nuts with it. Let's just take our time. Let's make sure. And if we're going to reuse this hole, we know we haven't damaged it, which I really appreciated, because I feel like there's an ego thing involved in all of this stuff that I'm doing sometimes, right? Like, I do admit my shortcomings as much as I can. I want to be really open with you guys about this stuff, because karma will get me if I'm lying to you guys about this. So I want to be open and honest about it. But my ego would always be like, you just got to give her so you can show people how you're improving and how much faster you're getting. But this guy is like, does it for a living. And so I really appreciated that. Yes, I did learn stuff about how to install the door. I helped him. I actually offered advice, clamp advice. And we couldn't get something really aligned, and I said, hey, you got a clamp? He's like, oh, good idea. And we got a clamp. Clamps for life, right? So we were able to get that door in. But I feel like that was the most important lesson that I got from him that day. Trying to get this line nice. I forgot to put my my cripple in here. I need that for sure. So 6. What do we have here? This old pile here, man, last summer at this point, there was a bunch of wood that was left here from the previous owner of this cabin. I was going through it like nuts. That's how I built the shed, just like scrap wood. That's why the shed looks so weird. I just was making it work with all the scrap wood. Anyway, there's still quite a bit here, and a lot of this is from me this winter, and from building the extension. And I need to make sure the header over my window is correct. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to cut him and make sure that header is good to go. I know a lot of you guys have keen eyes. You guys see everything that happens and everything I do. A lot of you are watching and saying, uh-oh, Jay, you forgot to do this, you forgot to do that. I did not forget about fixing this header. Oh, no, that was such a good cut too. Oh, wait now. Okay, I can make this work. Oh, I did a wrong measurement. I'm a little bit short on that end, but I'm going to fix it because when I'm looking up here, there's only one. The jack stud, there's only one 2x4 here. There's only one 2x4 here. And then when I came down, I just went in one 2x4 here and one 2x4 here, but really these are to hold the sill up, and these are the jack studs. These are the ones I needed to measure from here to here. I also want to talk about this header right here. I want to thank you guys because a lot of you were correct. I was looking up videos on how to do a door frame, okay? Because I'm putting a door in here. And I wasn't seeing anybody using headers that sat this way, right, over my window for the door. And I just thought, oh, that's how you do it. Thing is, I was watching people install stuff indoors. So they're not load-bearing walls. And I'm not so worried about it because the way I do my roof, I'm going to have my 2x8s running this way, right? And sitting right on top, and they will act as a header, I hope. But that's what I'm going to do to kind of solve this little problem. I don't think I would have been able to get a full-size header in this space anyway, right? Between my top plate and this. So, oh my gosh. Speaking of, I didn't put my top plates on yet. And I've got the plywood on the side without my top plates. That is amateur hour. So I want to make sure I get this right. 92 1/4. Putting on my plates after I put on the plywood on the other side, it's definitely not the right order to do things. And it's just a matter of forgetting, right? I just forgot to put the plates on when I started last night. So I'm going to put a plate on the other side, and I'm going to do a strip of plywood right across the top, because I have the plywood that will work for that, and it'll all be okay in the end. Now, because I have so many of these like 4 or 5 foot offcuts, I'm going to use them for my other 2 plates. I'm just going to cut. I don't want to waste my 12 foot lengths because I need them. So I'll use these guys to do the top plate for the sidewalls. So I got to get the exact measurement of this guy here. Here's 60 and a half. It's 92 and a half, so I need to add 32. Yeah. That's probably not the smartest way to cut that. Make sure I get the right length here. That's the one. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, yeah, just a smidge too long. Nope, you're good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Whoa. Oh, that's cool. Okay. This nail right here. I must have hit another nail for this nail to bend like this. You can see it's right over top of my little cripple here, which is like an inch. So yeah, I got to get that out. That's not going to work like that. There we go. Wow. Oh man. She's in there, boys. Oh, I took the top off. Yeah. Okay. Good. If anything, all of these projects are teaching me how to solve problems. That is what's happening. So I'm putting on the plywood, and I realize that my 24 on center for my window wall is not right, because I did 24 on center for a 7'5" wall. Okay? And the reason why my wall with the window is 7'5" is because it needed to slide in between this wall and the back wall, right? Pop it up, slide it in. So when I put my plates together, I did 24 on center for a 7'5" wall. Not thinking about this guy, 3.5 inches, and that guy, 3.5 inches. Yes, 7'5" perfectly fits in there, but my 24 on center is now not right for the plywood. If I double up in 2 spots, I'll be okay. I've gone back to the clamp system for setting the plywood. This is how I used to do it originally, and then as you saw last night, I was using that little ledge and setting it on and then going. The ledge system for me doesn't work that well. This one, I find it gets it really accurate. And so I'm really happy with the cut of this wood. Those are really long lengths I'm doing. I decided to start going really slow with my cuts as well. No need to be cool with the cuts. See? There we go. I'm definitely not too good for hamburger helper. This is going to keep me stuffed all night long. There's a lot of food here. A lot of food, lots of bread, lots of butter, lots of hamburger helper. This is like a 4-cheese lasagna style. I've never had this one. Normally I get the beef stroganoff kind. That's my favorite. I usually eat this 2 or 3 times a year. That's it. Yeah, not bad. Not as good as the stroganoff though. No, definitely not. But that's good. I'll eat that. These 8-foot pieces are for the utility room. I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Just going to organize this now so it's not something I have to deal with right before I leave tomorrow, because this is the kind of thing that I would be like, I can get it next time. There we go. Wow, I'm glad I did that. I can see where the studs are coming straight down, so that's a good guide for me. This is what's called a ledger. I might not be doing this in the right order, but I have a plan to make sure that this is going to work. And so the reason why I'm doing a double is because this is 6, this is 4, so 5.5 and 3.5. That gives me 9. My wood is 7.5, right? So it would be bigger than just one piece. I need the 2 together in order for my rafters to be flush. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this over the last hour or so, like a lot. I haven't committed to anything. I just have not. I'm nervous. I'll tell you that, I'm nervous about this. I don't know if that's gonna work. The way I have this set up is to drop 2 inches over the course of 8 feet and 3 inches over the course of 12. Okay. Oh man. Oh baby. Now, if I can somehow, yes. There, now I'm good. Now I'm free. Did I not go all the way? Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. I didn't have this long enough the whole entire time. I gotta go over that all again. Ah, yeah. I thought it was deep enough for sure. I was waiting for it to drop when I got to that end. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. It wants to do it on its... It was so... Okay. I was through. It was hanging on by like the tiniest little piece of paper, really. Just paper. Yeah. You can break it off with your hand. That's how thin that was. Okay. Like this. Now we are talking. This is enough slope right here for water to run off. Now, Everything's gonna be based off of this piece. That's gonna put an angle. There's an angle right there. And I know that it's gonna be this length away. They're all gonna get the same treatment. This is now gonna sit flush with this. Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. Look at that. Good. Only 2 are going to be cut like that, like the full length. The others, I'm going to do like a bird mouth situation. That's my plan. And so, I have something to look forward to tomorrow. Anyway, it's late. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, here we go. Kitchener, Ontario. This is from R Landry. R stands for Ron. This is the first plate from the first car that he ever owned. That is nice. Baby. Yes. I'm loving the old plates. 1989, okay? So he's older than I am. If his first car was registered in 89, or at least he was driving it in 89, thanks so much, Ron. Crystal is very crafty. She went and got a really lovely book. And all of these are gonna go in the book, like a photo album, right? And all of the letters are gonna be in it. And it's got many, many pages. So that way, once that book is full, we'll just keep going. But when people visit, they can open up the book and just see all these little personal letters. Chris Whipple. Yes. That's an old plate. Baby. Wow. Connecticut, right? But do people say Connecticut? Because there's that C there. That's interesting. Connecticut. But it's Connecticut, right? Is that, am I saying that right? Oh, he's from Mystic, Connecticut. Okay, Mystic, Connecticut. That's where he's from. And he says, look, I love how you try things you are not even comfortable with, but figure it out. That is exactly what I'm doing that today. I guarantee you I'm doing that today. This is from Chris Berg. Yes. Minnesota. Baby. Man, it's like it's got this cool little like thing in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But it's like it's got like smoke or something in there. That's beautiful. Wow. Yes, man. Gorgeous. Thanks so much, Chris. This is from Jay Dixon. Whoa, okay. Interesting. Alabama. Yes. Look at that. That is so cool, man. Steve Wedd. Essex. Oh, my. Wow. Great show, Jay. Steve Wedd. Look at this. That is huge. Holy. Over here in North America, man, we aren't seeing stuff like that plate is ridiculous. That's the length of like 9 regular plates. Louisville. Sergeant McMichael. Okay. Kentucky. Yes. That is beautiful. Baby. I love seeing plates for the first time. Man, that is a really lovely plate. Thank you so much. I got to get it right again. Sergeant McMichael. Kevin Vonderscher. Phoenix. This is Kevin Vonderscher, and he says, Jay, enjoy the channel. Watching your content keeps me cool. 115 degrees Fahrenheit in Phoenix today. What would that be? That would be like 45 Celsius. Look at that. Look at that plate, Arizona. Julie Cremines, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if I'm getting that wrong. Julie Cremines. I don't know. Yeah, West Virginia. Oh, hey Jay. Hopefully this is the first plate from West Virginia. It is. You can put it on your shed. We love your videos. More Puffy. Brian and Julie. Awesome. Tim Curry. Kokolala? That's a cool name. Kokolala. Okay, I don't know if this is even appropriate, but I saw the website and thought of you. If it isn't, just toss it. It actually is real enough, just not valid. Okay, it's not a valid plate. Other states have inspirational slogans. Okay, let's see what it says. Let me make sure I get this right again. Tim Curry. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna toss this. I am not gonna toss this. That's very thoughtful, Tim. Yes. Oh. So for those of you who don't know, my Instagram account, which I don't use anymore. I used to be an Instagram guy. I'm just all YouTube now. Anyway, my name on Instagram was Jay in the Woods. And yeah, and I always thought of it like it's a day in the woods. I'm a Jay in the Woods, you know? I kind of like a little play there. Nothing like a Jay in the Woods. Nothing like a day in the woods. I'm gonna pronounce this last name wrong. Leicht. Light, lect, leaked, leshed. Oregon. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Look at that plate. Now, this is my second Oregon plate, and when I first decided to do this, I was like, man, I only want one plate from each place, and that's it. What am I going to do with 100 plates? But no, I'm loving this. That is such a gorgeous plate. I could have 10 of those, and I will find spots around this cabin. It's so beautiful. I love that plate. Thank you so much, Jim and Ellen. Okay, if you're watching this video, Jim and Ellen, I would love a pronunciation in the comments. Love your content. Keep up the great work. Can't wait to see your next adventures. Best wishes, Donnie, Lindsay, Dalton, Northeast Georgia. Whoa, baby! That is cool. Look how much is going on there. Wow. That's my first Georgia plate. That is gorgeous, man. Loving this stuff, guys. I'm loving it so much. So this is the longest cut of the day. The rest I'm going to notch out. My battery's almost done. Yep. Get on there. Why is it doing that? Let's see where the problem is. I definitely think I have an issue with my tracing. Okay, that side looks good. It's a little bit off there, a little bit off there, a little bit off there. I didn't think I was going to use this today, but now I see a purpose, a reason, and this is just absolutely awesome what I have here. I saw when I was working with the guy who was doing the door with me, he had this tool and he used it a lot. And I said, man, what is that thing? And he said it's a multi-tool. So I might be able to use this to fine tune where it's off a little bit. It's pretty awesome. Okay. I don't know, man. Am I gonna mess this up? I gotta be super careful what I'm doing here. See, I just want to go straight down and just come right across like this. Get rid of this little lip. It's causing me a problem. This is the sander. And if I can sand this off, because it's not very deep, right? I doubt it. I'm not hopeful. Yes. I mean, that's good. Okay, now you might be saying, Jay, what are you doing, man? You're sanding rafters. It just wasn't sitting right. I don't know if this is going to make any difference whatsoever, but I had to try. Now, the rest of them won't be this complicated. No, there's something wrong. Part of me feels like there's a bit of a dip in this plate. There's only one way to find out. I'm not as straight as I'd like to be when it comes to cutting 12-foot lengths. Because when I turn it over to the factory side, perfect. So it is me. Now, part of me is wondering if I should just flip it. I know it's going to be straight. I'll do the same with the other side. I'll just do my line up here again. Cut this on an angle so it shoves in nice. And then move forward. Just go for it. Yeah, okay, this is good. Ooh. Perfect. I'm going to use the hangers for floor joists to do the rafters on the cabin side. I know they're strong enough for a floor, so they got to be strong enough for rafters. We don't get a lot of snow. The weight of the snow is not going to take that down, for sure. I guarantee it. This is crooked, okay? And I was dealing with warped wood in the last video, and I got a lot of great suggestions from you guys. And one was simply just using a crescent wrench. Right? See how I can move that back and forth? Get it in place. Exactly where I need it. Look at that. All kinds of leverage there. That's a great idea. There we go. I want to nail on an angle right there. Got it, baby! Now that I know what I'm doing and how I want this to look, I'm moving really quickly. And I've got a few of these boards done in like 5 minutes. She's nice and strong, real strong. If I had someone here at the beginning of the day saying, this is what you need to do to get the perfect rafters for what you're doing, I'd move a whole heck of a lot quicker, for sure. But I don't know if it would be as fun because I'm doing a lot of problem solving. You know, it's kind of the name of the game around here. Just figure stuff out, a little bit of wood gets sacrificed, gets lost in the mix, but in the end, it comes around. And is like, would you hire me? Would I suggest hiring me to build your porch? I could do it. It would be weird, I think. It would be a weird build. Okay, well, the porch is so much closer to being complete. One of the rafters, I still have to kind of do a little bit of work on it. That's fine, it is what it is. I'm getting there, guys. I am getting there. Doing a roof this way, attaching it in this direction from an existing structure. This is the first time I've done this. When I did it on the extension, I did it in a way that was a lot easier, and I didn't have to extend out from the extension. I extended along the side of the extension, which made my life so much simpler when I was putting it together. So this one, a little more of a challenge, and teaching me lots. And it's not perfect, but man, it's good. I mean, whoever's in there is going to be protected. Let's just say that. So yeah, I had a great time. And look, the license plates. I didn't put the license plates on in this video. I will be putting the license plates on. in the next video, the ones that I opened up. So stay tuned for that. If you sent me a plate, you saw it open today, don't worry, it will be going up. So a lot will be going up. So many more to come, and that is such a fun thing. I'm absolutely loving it. I hope you guys are enjoying what's happening here. Progress is happening, and I had a wicked time. I hope you guys did too. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back really soon.